Hello, I'm Philip Stoughton. I'm at the Interchange studio at Industrial Transformation Asia Pacific here in Singapore. And I'm joined by Leesa from Inspirit IoT. Leesa, thanks for stopping by to chat. I appreciate that. Start by telling me a little bit about the project you've been involved in and the project you're working with NCS on.
Great. Inspirit IoT is an idea forged in the Advanced Digital Sciences Centre of Singapore. We were forged in 2011 as a joint venture between A-Star Research and the University of Illinois. And over the last 5 years, we've taken that from idea to invention and now to innovation. So we met NCS. Kahan Tan, the head of the R&D team, is a University of Illinois alumni. And when he joined the startup inside NCS, in order to invent new technologies that are NCS owned, we had an opportunity to work together on a new project totally focused on suspicious behaviour monitoring around high-density buildings and food courts in Singapore.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about the product. It's hardware and software solution?
Absolutely, hardware, software, and of course a significant amount of artificial intelligence. And we contribute to this a project called Sound Guardian. Sound Guardian is essentially artificial intelligence around sound identification, direction finding, amplification, gunshot detection, scream detection, and keyword detection.
Okay.
Just to get very, very focused on what it is we want to detect.
Okay, and talk me through the kind of business process. You started with innovation, you then went on to invention, you've got a specific application.
Yeah.
How do you get that funded? How do you get it to market? How do you hook up with NCS? And how do you kind of build this ecosystem of innovation around your product?
It's a great question. So luckily, we actually met Unilever Foundry in May of this year as part of the Prince's Pitch at Palace event, and we were incubated by Unilever in a space called Level 3. And Level 3 is an open innovation space where big corporates and startups get to collaborate together. And on a daily basis, we have the great pleasure to meet companies like NCS and others in order to grow and develop our company. Inspirit are essentially a company that is focused as a leader on sensor intelligence. And so our use cases and applications are literally exponential. We have horizontal value in the safety, security and surveillance sector, which is why we focused on that first.
Okay, so then you meet with NCS, you start to work with them. How do you interface between a company with thousands of people and a small company with a handful of people?
Well, I think we got lucky on this occasion. So NCS recognized that you could no longer only be a systems integrator and win. And so they needed to own the entire value chain, and so started to backward integrate to create their own products. And so this division inside of NCS has a number of arenas. And of course NCS will tell you more about that, but fundamentally they identify new IPs, they then R&D around those IPs, and then they build the hardware engineering to take them forward. And so this company we met right at the beginning as they were incepting inside of NCS, and of course as we were looking to commercialize our products. And it was a great meeting of minds. We helped them get there faster, and together we address the same use case.
Yeah, so you have that solution. And for me, you've got that strange, perfect play of you've got government involvement, you've got incubator involvement, you've got large corporate, and you've got the kind of entrepreneurial innovators. They kind of all speak slightly different languages.
Absolutely.
How do they mesh together?
Honestly, I think the one benefit for us is that we are truly global, and I think the opportunity to work not only virtually via Slack and other forms of collaboration software, such as Zoom, for example, it gives us the opportunity to connect, to articulate, and then to go back and re-articulate anything that we perhaps didn't understand. So we really do have the hardcore, deep technical experts. We have commercial experts like myself. We have academics. Our CEO is a tenured academic at the University of Illinois who only works with us 20% of the time. And so bringing that academic, deep technical expertise and commercialization around the table is actually made possible in terms of speaking the same language via the fact that we are virtual and we are working remotely.
Okay, next stage I guess is some kind of product rollout. How do you see that occurring, and what kind of timing behind that?
So NCS is largely Asia Pacific centric, and of course we spun off into the US in order to start Inspirit. And so we bring to them day one international distribution.
Right.
And so, in fact, NCS have already booked their flights to the US. They arrive on the 4th of November. And we've got a huge road trip planned, taking them to meet many of the chiefs of police of some of the largest police departments in the US. Because, of course, gun security and gun safety is a major issue in the US. And our technology was actually invented to solve a very local problem. One of our students was killed on campus. She was kidnapped by another student. And in fact, the cameras on our campus are dumb cameras. If we had had smart cameras, we would have been able to identify the vehicle immediately and activated our public services. In this particular example, our solution can now help to solve the problem. So our first stage of rollout in the US is looking to roll it out across our own smart campus.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge, isn't it? And those kind of smart solutions are really the digital building blocks that are changing the way we live.
Yes.
It's part of that digital transformation. Things like AI, things like connected IoT-based technology.
Yes.
That's going to make a big difference to the way we live.
Yes, I think so. And the thing is, we're heavily focused on the edge. So quite a lot of the computations that we want to do are very large computations around very significant data sets. And you want to do those in real time. Think about identifying that vehicle that's taking this poor girl away. If you want to do those on the cloud, you've got security risks, as well as the fact that there's time delay and the cost to do that. And so our solutions are very specifically focused on doing as much of those computations on the edge, and that's in fact our advantage.
And do you think when we look at the innovation of 5G and the rollout of 5G, is that going to change the relationship between cloud and edge computing?
I hope so.
Okay, the 5G evangelists certainly say so, don't they?
Yeah, and look, some of the Southeast Asian markets really will get to leapfrog us on those endeavours, and we're already seeing that in places like Vietnam. So yeah, I really do believe that there is opportunities for the future. The question is always around how quickly we are willing to adopt them, both as technologists and as users. So.
Yeah, and all those game-changing building blocks, they're exciting for you as an innovator.
Absolutely, and infrastructure is a heavy component on our ability to execute. We specifically focus on how do we translate and accelerate machine learning into hardware. That's our specific expertise. But if you think about all of the various use cases, fundamentally they're all either accelerated or delayed via that additional infrastructure. And in Southeast Asia, that has been traditionally a big issue for everybody.
Yeah, and it's something that's changing fast and is making the space really exciting. Leesa, thanks for stopping by and chatting. Absolute pleasure to talk to you. Good luck with the rollout of the product, and hope we can talk again soon.
My great pleasure. Thanks again.